Hi there, I'm Barry Maddox, owner of Midwest Pro Wash. We're a mobile pressure washing company here in Indiana. One thing that we've always done throughout the existence of Midwest Pro Wash, and it's quite unique to the industry, is that we provide free information and advice to homeowners so that they can make a more intelligent and informed decision when it comes to their exterior cleaning needs. What I want to talk today about is black streaks on asphalt shingles. A lot of people don't know what these black streaks are, and they don't know that it can be cleaned without hurting the shingle. Black streaks on roofs is a roof algae. It's an airborne algae. There's no rhyme or reason as to why it lands on a roof. There has been evidence that it can bounce from roof to roof, and it does seem to be more common where there's a lot of trees present. It is a problem here in Indiana, and it is even more of a problem the further south you go because of the humidity. Once it lands on your roof, it doesn't go away, and it never gets any better unless treated. It only gets worse. You normally first start seeing it appear on the north-facing slopes of the roof. That's where there's the prevailing amount of moisture and shade. Same concept as to why moss will grow on the north side of trees first in the woods. Once it's on the roof, it does begin to feed on the shingles. Back in the day when they started to manufacture shingles, they found they were too light. So they crushed limestone, added that in with the asphalt, and it made the shingles heavier. They still do that today, but unfortunately, that is what this roof algae feeds on, is the crushed limestone. And then each time it rains, it pulls that roof algae down the roof, and that's what creates the unsightly black streaks or black stains. Now, can it be cleaned without hurting the shingles? And the answer to that is yes. And the reason I can say that with confidence is because the major shingle manufacturers say so themselves. They have suggested and recommended ways of doing it and what to use to clean the algae. Now, I want to say that they do warn against the use of a pressure washer. You don't get up there or have anybody else get up there and blast at the shingles with excessive pressure. What that does is removes the shingle granules, the little gritty particles that are on the shingles. They're there to protect the shingle, and blowing those off the shingle will definitely lessen the longevity of the roof. So they do warn against the use of a pressure washer. What they do recommend is a low pressure chemical application, and they do recommend the use of bleach. Now, there are some other products out there on the market today that claim they are to clean roof algae, but I have noticed that their market strategy is to badmouth bleach, saying things like bleach can dry shingles out, make them brittle, or that it can even dissolve the nails that are there holding the shingles in place, and things of that nature. It's just not true. The major shingle manufacturers would not recommend something that would have such a negative effect. So as long as that's what they're promoting, or as long as that's what they're suggesting, then that's what I'm going to promote, and that's what I'm going to continue to use on my customers' roofs. We've been doing this for several years now. We've had great results. We have restored many customers' roofs in our area. On average, the roofs that we clean are anywhere from 5, 6, 7, maybe up to 10 years old. Somewhere in that vicinity seems to be average. The roofs are in great shape. The shingles are in great shape. They're just simply suffering from roof algae. Homeowners are normally pretty ecstatic. They're pretty relieved once we educate them as to what that black stuff is on the roof. Because they were this close to having their roof replaced. Unfortunately, here in the Midwest, 50% of roofs that are replaced because of the way they look, not because of their functionality. So there is definitely a large lack of education going on out there, and people are prematurely replacing roofs. There's no reason that a 30-year shingle should need replaced at year 10, 11, or 12, or any time around there. it should last, anywhere from 25 to 30 years and on up. So don't let anybody tell you any different. Now, there are some cases where we'll show up on a job, and yes, the roof is quite a bit older. Yes, it does have roof algae on it, but if it's showing signs of, needing replaced, then we'll inform the homeowner of that and let them know, a replacement may be a better choice at this time, and that a roof cleaning isn't going to prolong the life of a roof that, is that progressed in years. Some signs that we look for are the bottom corners of each shingle will be curled up, broken or loose, brittle shingles, excessive wear, excessive granule loss, things like that. Um, but those cases, at that point, most homeowners know that they need a new roof. They know how old the roof is, whether they've lived there for a while or, they bought it from someone else. They're always going to know how old the roof is. That's always a concern for most homeowners. So, like I said, on average, most of the roofs we do are, they're nowhere near needing replaced. They just need cleaned. Roof cleaning normally costs, at least in this area, about a tenth of the cost of having the roof replaced. So it's definitely going to save you some money. It can be done, and when it's done properly, it restores the roof's appearance. When done properly and when bleach is used, it kills the algae so it doesn't return anytime shortly. And it does, because it does increase the curb appeal of your home, it also is a fact that it'll increase the value of your home. And it's been said that it can increase the value of the home anywhere from 5 to 10%. And that's just through, boosting curb appeal, especially if the black streaks are very apparent on the front of your home. So, I've seen many houses for sale in the real estate house book, and the picture right there has got, black streaks all over the roof, and it just makes me sick that people, they don't know. And the first thing that comes to mind when someone comes to look at that home, a potential buyer, is, oh, your roof needs replaced. So, it can be a real deal breaker, and it can actually cost the seller a lot of money, unnecessary money, and they could have just had the roof cleaned. So that is why I feel compelled to get the message out. This is the truth about roof algae. It can be cleaned. Unfortunately, there are some roofing contractors out there, them themselves don't even know what roof algae is. So, I have heard cases where the homeowner called a roofing contractor out there first to see, have them inspect the roof, and because the roofing contractor was uneducated, what expired was, a roof replacement that was probably unnecessary. So I want to get the word out. We've got many blog posts out there, articles on the internet, and now this video. So I'm hoping to get the word out. If I can get through to just one person in this, tough economy we're having, and save someone a little bit of money, then, I've done my job. So check us out on the web at MidwestProWash.com. There's more information on there about roofs and roof algae. There's also some great before and after pictures, so maybe you can get an idea of what your roof should look like once it's cleaned. And if your roof is suffering from roof algae, or anybody's roof that you know of, find a roof cleaning contractor in your area, and don't be afraid to ask them if they use the low pressure methods, and do they use bleach? Because like I said, the major shingle manufacturers, those are the two things that they recommend. So don't let anybody tell you any different. That's what roof algae is, and I hope this information was useful. Thanks.